much of something is poisonous. Could the same be said of sex in family? Sex is sacred, but could be too much of it destroy a marriage? That is the question today. We listen to the rather sad story of Kaveza, a really life story of a woman who has had to desert her home because, yes, of too much sex. It looks laughable, but it's not a laughing matter. Sometimes back, I think about 15 or so years ago, there was a story in a court, a divorce story in Kisii. In this story in court, a woman was seeking divorce from the husband. Wait for it. The reason? The husband couldn't provide sufficient sex in the marriage. So the magistrate, was a lady, asked her, "What exactly do you mean?" And she said, "Exactly that. My man doesn't give me enough sex." The magistrate asked her, "Just how much does he give you?" This lady shocked the court. And the cuttings of the newspaper story were plastered in many offices you went to. That this guy can only manage 5 times. The magistrate and the entire court couldn't understand that. So, in today's story, which is a real life story, which will be told by the lady herself, is rather sad. Sad because marriages break because of serious things. It is sad that a marriage can break because of this. And we must, from the onset, explain that too much sex is not in the medical sense, where you perhaps be talking of size. And in any case, if there is love in a family, even the excessive size is handled by doctors by using a ring. So, but it's not about size. It's just that, too much. The lady will come to tell us the story, which is already packaged, but which unfortunately we cannot share today, because I still want to get to the husband to allow me to air this story. Because these are people known to me, and I wouldn't want to air this story from the lady before I get the consent from the husband. As we talk, the woman has been away for more than 2 years. In a nutshell, it is what I once saw on Twitter, where a woman was complaining in similar manner. And other women were saying, "Please give us that man." This is not a laughing matter. It reminds me of about 20 years ago, when we were slightly younger. And my evening company of boys, the boys we used to hang around with in our boys' club, one day I was approached by the wife to one of the boys, of course, our age mates. And she told me, "I have a serious problem, and I really want to talk to you about." I was so worried because when a friend's wife begins to talk to you, you are worried about the sort of things she might tell you about your friend. And even if there are issues in the family, just trying to intervene in family issues has never been an easy thing. So you can guess I was already worried. The seriousness with which she approached the whole thing, the timing, the place, the tone, and everything told me it was about something very serious. So I said, well, I'll have to listen. I got listening. This lady told me, your friend has become an animal. Ask her, what do you mean? Does she beat you? Does he beat you? No. I wish he beat me. What? Yes. I wish my husband beat me. So in short, the complaint was, my friend would go home during working hours and call the wife. Come home, there's something very important you need to talk about. The woman would go home, and guess what the man will be after? It got to a point where the woman felt it was just too much. So yes, it is possible. These things do happen in families. And this program is about mitigating, looking at some of the problems that can break a home, which we try to argue that if there is love in a family, that which looks so serious actually may be a very simple thing. Before I go back to the lady of the story, this friend of mine was later posted as an ambassador to some European country. I don't want to disclose the details because then people know who I'm talking about. Long story short, after 5 years or so, they came back to the country. Incidentally, the man was retiring. And I heard people complaining that your friend has come from Europe with bad manners. He's walking hand in hand with the wife in the local town. People can't believe people of that age can hold hands. Now, what had happened? Love had blossomed when they were in Europe. It would appear the home didn't have love. But seeing how close couples are in Europe and walking and kissing in the streets, I think this increased love. I got an opportunity to talk to them, the two of them, and we laughed. And the woman said she must have been very naive. But sincerely speaking, we all agreed there wasn't love. There was a relationship, but there wasn't love. Never mind that they had been together for a number of years, many years, actually. Because these were old people. We were all in our 50s. 40s or 50s, late 40s, about 50. Yeah, about 47, 48, if I can pin the time. So this story that we are going to see, to watch and to listen, once the necessary approvals are given, is of a woman who has gone through a similar thing to the point of leaving her home. We will invite you, viewers, whom we are also inviting to subscribe and tell other people to subscribe, to form a family of people who discuss matters of love and how love can help us solve some of the things that can lead to divorce. And I'm sure a number of you watching this video have friends and family who are going through the same. Whether there is either too much or too little or none. And this can kill a family. This can destroy a family. It should build a family, but it can kill a family. None, too little or too much. We shall listen to this story. And before then, I ask you to subscribe. Those who have not subscribed, to share our videos, and to ask friends and family to subscribe to this new channel so that we can see the power of love and how love can mitigate some of the challenges, some of the problems we are going to identify. Even when you think you are no longer able to make it because of the differences, the disparities between you and your partner, that's the presence of love alone can handle that which you thought was very difficult. Thank you very much. Subscribe, those who have not subscribed. Share and invite friends and family to subscribe to this new channel so that we have a family of people who help each other, who look at the issues that could destroy families and contribute to making families successful. Thank you.